Yo, what's good, people? What's going on, man? The Unbiased Realm podcast. No biasness lives here. I'm here for the culture. That's it. I'm just a fan of the culture. I'm a fan of the art that is battle rap. And if you see the title, like, if it don't matter. It don't matter. A job is a job. Battle rap is a job. Alright? Don't shoot the messenger, but battle rap is a job. If you are working for a league and they're paying you, you are now their employee. Alright? So, don't try to downgrade somebody having a job unless you're working for yourself. Then you're a boss. Like me right now at this very moment. Just so that I don't have to use my own money, I go work a job part-time so I don't have to use my money to pay bills. Because I don't have much. I don't have that many bills. I only got 4 to my name. That's it. Everything else in the house paid for. But that is not what we are here for. This person on Twitter, and I see I'm getting a lot of good return viewers. I'm trying to turn y'all into subscribers. You know, be a stepper. Be a stepper today. And this really intrigued my mind. Someone tweeted, it was bar black goat URL. Stuff doesn't always make sense. I don't see a plan for the UN4 class. They didn't even have rookie versus vets. There's also a tendency to book battlers for either 4 events, straight in 2 months, or only book them twice a year. No in between. Alright. We about to talk about it, alright? So to answer these questions, because he had more to say, he made a thread on Twitter. So to answer who books the battles on URL, if you are coming in, let me go to what I said. So I said, here's my analogy, how I see how they do it. Because you know how battle rappers say that URL is the NBA of battle rap, right? So I'm going to put it in that analogy. So this is my favorite analogy. Because who talks about basketball the most? Sue Surf. Plain and simple. My favorite analogy for this is like putting the battle rappers on 10-day contracts, just like the NBA, to see how they can do in the game. And if they get good feedback from Smack, Beasley, the fans, then that shows them the trajectory of every battle rapper who they want to see. So they know who to push to the forefront. Castro done amazing work. He's being pushed. He's in the algorithm. People want to see him. Yoshi G, she's being through the algorithm. People want to see her. First Lady Flames is getting into the algorithm. Alright? And then I said, there are two different people who do the bookings for the battles. So if you are a low tier battle rapper, or if you're coming in, you're only going to talk to P. He's the first person you talk to get the battles going. That's where you get to solidify your PG, to stamp it. And then when you are mid tier to top tier, I'm not saying that none of the mid tier, top tier people talk to P, but those are more focused on Beasley. Because who does Surf be saying in the spaces? Oh yeah, I can call Beasley right now and have him set it up. That's a top tier talking to Beasley. All the top tiers talk to Beasley. So you get the job done. Because why? Like, Smack is the founder of URL. Beasley is the co-founder. You know, he's the co-owner. And then let's see. And then, you know, let's deter towards the Twitter Spaces. Let's talk about the Twitter Spaces, because this is the reason why I haven't really did my debut on Twitter Spaces. Yoshi G said, "I'm so tired of getting kicked out of spaces. I'll just stay away unless I'm hosting it myself. Stuff is so lame." And then I said, it's because the fans think that since the Twitter Spaces are here and they are the hosts and co-hosts, they are comparing it to being top tier. Like, these fans, since these battle rappers are so, like, you can get to battle rappers, you can like talk to them like simple, like you can talk to them virtually, or you can go on Instagram Live, whatever. But the fans are trying to create a hierarchy in battle rap to make it seem as if they're on the same level as the battle rapper. No. You got Sue Surf in penthouses. You got the fans in apartments. Some are in houses. When battle rappers talk about anything personal, I don't bring that up. I'm only talking about battle rap. And some people, they just want to be so involved in people's lives. I don't know, these new fans is different. These new fans, like when I be hearing Daylight talking to Sue Surf, and then fans want to like bump in like, oh, I was doing this. Like, relax. You're not being talked to. They're mad because they want to be shown light too. They all want a piece of the pie, but they can't get a slice because it's not their turn. Once you get more of a buzz, once you get more clout, then and only then will that happen. Like even though my Twitter is small as of now, I have bigger things to do. Like, no results, you gotta keep working. Great, you get good results, keep working. It's not enough. Because these fans is just thinking that they're all in a bag of chips. You got the die-hard biasness people. I can tell you, look, listen. The way this is picture painting for me, for UN5, the people who are going against each other, there is some upsets. that could happen. Real sick could lose. Geechee could lose. Black forces, true foe come out. We don't know what's gonna happen. Because Geechee Gotti, all he needs to do is just stick with the simplicity of the bars, and he can grab the people. He's already at the top of the food chain on URL. People want to bring up past battles to take away the hype from people's big moments, like Yoshi G's rebuttal. We had the Murder Moose and the Loaded Luxes. That was in the past. This is 2022. Now, Loaded Lux and only to the top tiers, they put Loaded Lux and Murder Mook as in games. Now the top tiers are some of the newer people's in games. Tay Rock, Sue Surf, Daylight, Charlie Clips, Goods. If Conceited was to come back. Let's talk about what else he said. Oh, we're gonna talk about it today. We're gonna talk about it today. And then what else he said was, man, I love battle rap, especially URL. But to me, it just looks like caffeine are trying to suck every drop of talent out these battle rappers, out these battlers to make their money. They book whoever is hot, so the streams will come in for them. Listen. You see the degrees behind me. Business mindset. If you aren't what's popping on URL, you're not going to be seen again. You got to be doing something different. You got to be doing something that is out of the abnormal to grab the audience. You have to be witty. You got to work on your pockets. You got to work on, if you want to be the best battle rapper, you have to work day in and day out. Writing, perfecting your rounds, each person. And then take in that constructive criticism to work for you. Then he said, this ain't coming from me. This is all what I just said came from me. But what I'm reading is coming from somebody else on Twitter. They said the caffeine money is great for the battlers, but is it coming at the expense of the long-term sustainability of URL? Pushing through so many battles that the actual meaning of what these battles used to mean just can't be the same anymore. That is, like, you said it yourself. Battle rap is now looking like WWE. In the beginning, battle rap was real. Real beefs were being talked about. Even though there's real beefs now, they don't feel the same when it happened in the beginning. In the beginning, you had real beefs with gang affiliated people coming to events strapped up. People coming 10, 20 deep. And then they trying to revamp it and do it again, the spaces. Because when I try to go into these spaces ever so often, people try to talk heavy Like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. But in your pictures, I see you and your family. Really? You really that tough? Dude, it's battle rap. Whatever is said in the battle holds no actual meaning. Like, they're not really meaning any of this. Because some of these battle rappers are all friends. They're just getting a bag. They just getting money. That's it. At the end of the day, the battle rappers are getting money. Sue Surf and Tay Rock, they battling, right? They were once not friends, but then they became friends. Tay Rock is in Sue Surf's circle. All the animosity, that's all created to build the story. Like with Goods and Surf, Surfing Cortez, Surfing Khan. It's all just to build the story to make the battle more worth the fans' while wanting to see it. That's it. That is it. So, what more needs to be shown? Somebody said, the Black Goat said, battle rap used to move slow enough for those iconic moments to actually become iconic and be imprinted in the culture. Okay, let's talk about the iconic moments. DNA's get smacked the F out of here. Sue Surf versus Conceited, when he brought up the Fox situation. That was crazy. The 2-on-2 with Tay Rock and Chess versus Loaded Lux and Hollow. Iconic. Loaded Lux versus Calico. When he put the photo up of Calico being with 6 females, right? Who else? Daylight taking a dump on stage. Daylight versus Rich Dollars. Verb Von Doom versus Danny Myers. Danny Myers versus Rum Nitty the first time. Sue Surf versus Hollow the Don. A moment, John the Don versus Hollow when he pushed him through the mirror. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. A moment to me, even though it was a bad battle, they need to redo it. It was Surf versus Loaded Lux. Rest in peace to Juice WRLD. It was crazy. It was crazy. There's a lot of moments on YouTube. All these battles that are being put through caffeine could have been on YouTube, and they could have been some good moments. Yoshi G versus Charlie Clips, when she did the rebuttal on why'd you pick a white Jesus, knowing Jesus is black, knowing he is melanated skin, and it says it in the Bible. And now everything's a blur. What should be memorable moments is not given more than 5 seconds of attention because there's already another event to have to watch. Now URL is turning to a TV channel. It's like, oh, I got this at 9, this at 10, This said 11. This said 12. This said 1. This said 2. It's a TV show. URL has now turned into a TV show. Channels. You got battle rappers with channels of podcasts. DNA. Getting money, drink water. No studioing. That's Geechee Gotti. Goods. Sue Surf. They all creating shows. That's it. They are all creating shows for us to watch. Somebody said, my biggest complaint comes from the fact that battle rap is nothing like sports, books, TVs, movies. The thing is, battle rap is now a sport. Battle rap is seen as a sport. If you can do an analogy and make it seem as you can, there's people in different podcasts like Jay Black, Champion. There's a lot of different battle rap medias. This is a sport. This is a sport to people. There's no physical. It's all verbal. And then these things you see once, and you're cool. It's like let's paint URL as like a cafeteria. There's one table, that's the cool table. That's where all the top tiers are eating at. You have to eat. You have to sit and stay at one of the other tables. Build your way up to each table you go to. There's a low tier table. So first is a pool of battle rappers. Then there's a low tier table, a mid tier table, top tier table, God tier table, like solidified. I don't know why people think like Geechee Gotti, he's not God tier. He's top tier. He's like high top tier. He's not God tier. Like people try to paint that he beat Loaded Lux. He didn't. Loaded Lux dismantled everything Geechee Gotti said. You just had people were not wanting to be too strenuous on what Loaded Lux was saying because everything Geechee Gotti was saying was so simple. And alright, so thinking fans just need one watch of a quality 40-minute battle is disrespectful. These guys are literally at the pinnacle of the use of English language. Did hard fans got this way by having the time to sit and appreciate and obsess over Lux versus Cal and Surf versus Khan? There's so many battles on YouTube that you can show the pinnacle of battle rap. Lux versus Cal, Surf versus Hitman, Surf versus Khan, Surf versus Big T, Calico versus Ill Will, Daylight versus King Los. You can even say Cassidy versus Disaster. Twice. The first battle, then the rematch. Disaster versus the #1 Mexican battle rapper, Asino. What was the other battle rapper he went against? That he lost to? Let me bring it up because I need to say it. Oxymoron. Arsenal versus what's his name? Arsenal versus Shoddy Horror. Arsenal versus Passe. Disaster versus DNA, the first one. If they were to rematch, we would not get the same feel. We would not get that. Alright? And then let me see. Alright. Then this girl, the Oracle Queen Prophet, said, I keep forgetting that I can't speak about the inside stuff in battle rap. No one ever believes me. Tell me. I will talk about it. I will risk it all to talk about the information you got. I said, man, give me the info. I'll put it out there. I would do a high risk so that everybody know what's really going on in battle rap. Things are changing. It's in our eyes. All right? Right here. This book, I buy books. I buy notebooks consecutively. I write down notes. I'm writing down notes right now. I finished the notes for my for that's like a little album, whatever. But like I write every day. I read every day. What else? What else he say, bro? What else he say? But he said, but back to the booking. URL got to manage talent better. Geechee is the face of URL. And God tier after he beat the GOAT Lux. Sure, Geechee wants to challenge, but there's no way URL should let the face of the brand saturate his worth by battling 4 times in 8 weeks. Listen, I know how some of y'all might want the underdog to win, but in all actuality, Geechee Gotti is going to be the one who wins that money. They are not based on fan vote. They're going to have Geechee Gotti winning, beating Entruso. They're going to have real sick beating stumbles. They're going to have none beating Sheed Happens. It's going to be take $1 in a dream for these battles to be persuaded. And Geechee should be a prize battle after he's elevated. That means that Geechee Gotti, he's too accessible. He's too accessible. Why? Why is Geechee Gotti, he's at the pinnacle, he's at the top. Why is he making himself accessible to other battle rappers who are mid-tier, low-tier? There's some low-tier battle rappers who have battled Geechee and didn't have to do nothing. They didn't have to do a thing. Geechee should be a prize battle after he's elevated, not overworked. Even if he wanted to enter the tournament, protect the most valuable assets. He already won a tournament last year. UN5 can do way more harm than good. Listen. If you saw the way he's living, that's why he's in the tournament. The way he's living, he's in a Rolls Royce. My father told me if I was to have a Rolls Royce and I'm the one driving it, my dad would laugh at me. Why? It's a Rolls Royce. You're supposed to be chauffeured, not driving it. That, you know how long? Hold up 1 second. Alright. It takes Rolls Royce 6 months to make. You don't see a commercial for Lamborghini or Ferrari. All these supercars, because the people who want them are not, are they working towards that. They're working towards that. If you want to make it, move away from your hometown. That's what you should do. That's what you should do. There's too much opportunity out there for people to just want to sit still. There's more to life. There's more to life. Alright? So, moving out of your hometown city is the life hack because it minimizes distractions and change the way you see things. If you move out of your hometown, you will change the way you see life. If you see nothing but violence, poverty, that's going to stay in your mindset. Everybody's time is coming. Everybody lives a different way of life to better themselves as a person. Now let's talk about another example of poor talented management is Twerk in UN5. Was he in the last tournament? He went against KCJ, lost. I think he was choking. He went against real name Brandon. Choked. He couldn't even get out his first few. He got out one bar. It went crazy. Then he forgot the rest. That material you had back then won't work today. You need new material. I don't care if I didn't hear any of it. It's old to me. That old material is old to me. That new, it might be new now, because I didn't hear it, but it's old to me. That is old. So, poor talented management is Twerk. You got to change the manager. If he was pushed by a tone, bro, it'd be a different ball game. He choked many times, even recently. Preparation is an issue. He got huge potential, but fans are losing patience. It's gonna come to a time to where fans are not even gonna want to see Twerk. He's not gonna be in their graces. How do you ask him with his shaky record to potentially write and memorize 12 rounds in 8 weeks? Crazy. So, the person said, I really want him to do well, and it would be the craziest redemption if he wins. He needs to do more than this. He has so many battles he was supposed to do. He had a battle in St. Louis. He ran out on so many battles. He got like 10 plus battles he got to make up. These battles in the URL is not enough. It's not enough. But URL are potentially risking the career of the most naturally electrifying battler ever by putting him into extremely difficult battle preparation conditions despite knowing his inconsistencies. The funny thing is, Twerk is smart enough to make up 3 rounds. He doesn't write. He writes nothing. Everything he says is freestyled. And somebody said, from what I hear, it's P. And he needs help because he's just not that great at his job. Not trying to be offensive, but we all see it. Alright, so, well, the only other new class of battlers was UM1, UM2, and UM3 were all known URL battlers. UM1 ended in July. By year end, we saw Kid KI versus JC and Danger, Real Sick versus Chilla and Magic, B Magic, J Nightwing versus Suge, Lou Castro versus DNA, Easy versus Cortez and Danny, Brooklyn Hands versus Suge, way better than UM4. It's a mess, a classic pyramid scheme. I don't know if I'm bugging, but I feel like everything URL has done since after the Drake event has been but. Can't see any event living up to that for a long while, especially if they're putting Surf versus Twerk, Easy versus Verb, Chess versus Calico on smaller cards. These are premium known and Summer Madness battles. Then somebody said, this was Daddy Longstem. He said, you started with a good point. However, you lost it at Rewatch. Not only did the organization build a mobile app for that, they also build new talent every year. Also, yes, the volume of events has peaked, but the drop in quality isn't on the league. It's on the artists themselves. Yes, so URL's quality is solidified. We need quality content from the battle rappers to work on themselves. Because some battle rappers haven't really found themselves yet. They're still out here fishing. They're still trying to get in the pocket. Some of these battle rappers need teams. Some of these battle rappers need management. That's as simple as that. Technically, Anderson and Swave was a rookie versus vets battle. But since then, it seems like they've abandoned the match format for the time being weirdly. I think that's the only UN4 type of battle that happened, and that only happened for Anderson. And he works for Caffeine. We gonna get it. We gonna get it. We gonna get it. So that's what's up. So be right back.